Welcome to another session of RIG at UKZN. In this session, we will be showing you how to submit your journal article output to the Research Office. To add a journal article on RIG, you'll need to go to the RIG website. You can find the link on the Research Office website. In the top right-hand corner, click on Add New Content. Select Research Output. On the following screen, click on Journal-related publication types and a sub-menu will appear. Select Journal Article. You will then see the new Research Output form. This is where you will input all relevant details relating to your journal article. Most of the information required on this form is self-explanatory, and so we will not explain each point in detail. However, I will draw your attention to pieces of information that require explanation. Also note, this form contains multiple tabs, as you can see on the top. We have a Research Output Details tab and an Authors tab, where you will have to list all authors who contributed to this article. The Research Office Validation tab is for use by Research Office administrators, and you will not be required to input any information on this tab. And finally, a Library Details tab, which is currently not in use. You will need to fill in the fields on this page like the title, the journal it was published in. Under the heading Journal Details, click on the plus sign to add the name of the journal for which the article was written. You may either enter the name of the journal in the text box and search for it, or you may click on the file picker and look for the journal under the listing. Enter volume number, issue number, publication year, publication date, the start page, end page, number of pages. Lower down, you'll find pub count reporting details, which deals with reporting for DHET reporting and other pieces of information on the form. Next, you may upload the full text of the publication by clicking on the file picker. You may select the embargo status if there are any restrictions to accessing your journal article or none. For example, if there's open access or closed access and no one is allowed. You will then need to enter the publishing status of this journal article, the DOI and the URL if you have one. Next, select the PU reporting year. Enter the PU reporting year if you wish to submit this record for PUs. Next, enter the pub count reporting details. If this record should be included in DHET reporting, please complete all fields below. Select the reporting year and then whether or not it is a late submission. If it is a late submission, click Yes in the radio button and add motivation. Late submissions must be accompanied by a motivation letter stating reasons for the late submission. Submissions without accompanying motivation will not be considered. Click on the folder icon and navigate to where your motivation is saved. Now select the appropriate SESM category for your field of work. Click Save. Authors. Scroll up and click on the Authors tab. This is where you add any additional authors to this research output. If you have imported your data from an external database such as Scopus or ORCID, the text box here will have your authors listed in it. Alternatively, if you're manually capturing your research output into the RIG system, this text box will initially be blank. In this case, when you add authors by clicking on the plus signs below, they will appear in the text box after you click on the Save button. Thereafter, if there are any authors that do not appear on that list, for example external authors, you may manually type them into the text box in the correct format. That is, surname followed by initials. Author names should be separated with a comma. In this example, as we are not importing from an external database, we would first add in all authors and then click on Save. First add all UKZN staff authors by clicking the plus sign and searching for the author by name. Use the search facility by either staff number or staff name and click on the blue button to search. I am searching by staff name. Click on the plus button to select this author. In the case of a UKZN researcher having dual or multiple affiliations with other institutions, these institutions need to be entered here. You may type in the name of the institutions separated by commas. Under the Total Affiliated Institutions column, type in the total number of institutions that the author is affiliated to. As an example, in the case of a dual affiliation, you will enter 2, as UKZN counts as one of the 2 in the dual affiliation. If there are any student authors, you may add them here. You may search for the students by their student numbers or names, then click on the blue search button. The total number of student and staff authors from UKZN should be typed in here, and the number of external authors, that is authors outside of UKZN, should be typed here. If there were any students that were supervised, please add in the supervisors here. You may search for the supervisor either by staff number, which is recommended, or alternatively, you could search by name. Select the supervisor from the search results below by clicking on the plus sign. More than one supervisor can be added in the same way. For each supervisor, indicate which student or students were supervised by typing in the student number here. If more than one student was supervised, enter their student numbers separated by a comma. After you have entered all authors, double-check that the information entered is correct. Thereafter, click on Save. Now go and check on the authors listed in the text box. Confirm that the information listed in the text box is correct. If you notice any mistakes, such as incorrect authors selected, you may remove the incorrect record by clicking on the bin icon on the right-hand side. If an external contributor has been missed out, you may type the author name in the text box, ensuring that you keep to the required format. Click Save and Close. At this point, you may now use the Set Status window to send your output submission to the Research Office. To do this, you will need to select Research Office Review by clicking on it. You will notice that the Research Office Review becomes highlighted. Now click on Done. This completes your submission process. Please note that if you select Draft, your submission will remain with you and will not be sent to the Research Office for review. Thank you for the time taken to view this video. We hope it was informative and easy to follow. If you have any questions, please contact the Research Office. For more videos in this series, you may use the help option in the RIG website.